Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I am Muhammad Waheed Iqbal. Today I am with you with the BSc Mathematics Part 2 Associate Degree, 4th year, a very important definitions matrix space. What is matrix space? Let X be a non-empty set. Here we have X, which will be non-empty, and R capital are set of real number. R is a set of real number, X is a non-empty set, then a function or a mapping, a function d of x cross x to R. X and X, Cartesian product of X, both are non-empty. Mapping is on set of real number will be a matrix if it has properties. If following properties M1, M2 and M3 are satisfied, then this X together with this matrix D will be a matrix space. Here the very important, matrix is a distance function. D, a distance function from X cross X to R, will be a matrix if it has following properties. First of all, M1 matrix 1, first property is for any xy in X. For any xy, a two element that belong to this capital X, which is non-empty, d of x and y. D of x and y, the distance between x and y for any two different point, the distance between x and y will be greater than 0. If both x and y are equal, are same, then the distance between x and y will be 0. So here are two conditions. If x and y are not equal, then the distance between these 2 points will be greater than 0. And if x and y are equal, then the distance between a point on itself, distance between 2 points which are on themselves, will always be 0. Here I said a distance from x, from that point x, that will be 0. And d of x and y is equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to y. The distance between x and y, if the distance between x and y is equal to 0, then the condition here is the necessary and sufficient condition if and only if x is equal to y. If x is equal to y, then the distance between x and y will be 0. A very important point. If the x and y, distance between x and y is equal to 0, it means x is equal to y. And if x is equal to y, then the distance between these 2 points will be 0. M2, for any xy in X, d of xy is equal to d of yx. The distance between x and y is equal to distance between y and x. It doesn't matter if we change the points to find a distance from point x to z, it will be equal from the distance from z to x. So this is a symmetric property. By changing the point, the distance will be same. M3, for x, y, z and capital X, for any 3 points belong to that capital X, d of x and z, distance between x and z, less or equal to distance between x and y plus distance between y and z. That is triangle inequality. Triangle inequality mean here x, y and z. Distance between x and z, distance between x and z, it will be less than the distance between x to y and distance between y to z. Very clear from the figure, the distance between x and z is less than the distance between x and y plus the distance between y and z. And if we move, here is a point, and if we move this y toward the baseline, here it is. If we move this y toward the baseline, when y is on the baseline, then the distance from x to y and distance from y to z will be equal to the distance from x to z directly. The distance between x and z in this case is equal to distance between x and y plus distance between y and z. That is triangular inequality. In triangle, always distance between x and z will be less than the distance from x to y plus distance from y to z. Here is first condition. And if we move y toward the baseline, if y is on the baseline, then the distance from x to y plus distance from y to z will be equal to distance between x and z. So this is our triangular inequality. If all these three conditions are satisfied, then the pair capital X and D, this capital X which is non-empty, along with this metric, this function, will be a metric space. A very important definitions of topological, after topological space, that is a metric space. And the next definitions will be norm space, Hilbert space, Banach space, inner product space, and many more. So you people are to be in touch in order to attend all these definitions very soon.